No. Start recording. Is everyone ready? We're going to start recording. We're live. There's going to be a slight delay.
I'm just gonna make sure that it is, you're gonna need to sit here. Make sure that it's on YouTube. Okay. You can go ahead and start. I'll check it.
Call the meeting to order this morning. We'll stand and have a person to volunteer to do our pledge and prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our Father, Lord, Amen. And forgive us our trespasses, and lead us not into trespasses against us.
Amen, amen. Good morning to everybody. I'd like to get someone to approve the minutes. Are there any corrections? So we can go through that, please.
I didn't see any corrections. I'll make a motion.
Can I get a second? Second. Any unreadiness? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
The chair votes aye as well. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
Your agenda's been changed, right? Yeah.
For the updated one that we have.
Yes, I did, update it. I added the YouTube channel instead of the Google. And, I updated the wording under the closed meeting information.
Are there, thank you, Deanna. Are there any others? And with that correction, motion will stay as it is. Thank you so very much. The director's report.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
You should already have a copy of your monthly, budget report for FY25. We sent that in the meeting documents. As you know, this ends our budget year for June, so all of our lines will be within our budget. We did have one line that was a negative, and I guess I can explain that when we get to it on the budget, but you can review it now. And if you have any questions when we come to that part on the agenda, I'm glad to answer any questions. Our new budget was also approved by the county council, and that has come out online as well. As you can see, we are continuing with Philip's signs, completing a new sign out in the front. He's expected to have that completed by the end of this month. As far as candidate filings, we don't have any new filings since our last meeting. We did have one candidate to withdraw. Mr. Jeremy Alexander has withdrew. As far as redistricting, we are still working on the enormous amount of changes to the districts that must be completed due to the lawsuit. The staff has been divided into teams to complete the necessary changes, and we also have teams that are completing the proofing process. We are still expecting to complete the entire process by the fall. At that time, all of our voters that have been impacted by changes will be mailed new voter notification cards. The bill for the redistricting will be effective as of October the 1st, 2025. As far as staff training, this month I will be attending the International Association of Election Officials training. This year it will be held in Kansas City, Missouri, and it's from June the 20th through June the 25th. We will be conducting interviews over the summer for a new IT person to replace Mr. David Kleiman. As far as voter outreach, we are continuing to hold voter outreach sessions, and we will do that through the summer as voters request. During the fall, we will also start to go out to do outreach and continue through the 2026 gubernatorial election cycle. And as far as I think I have that on the agenda. So that ends my report. If you don't have any questions.
Thank you so very much. Attorney's report, please.
Nothing new other than they notified me of when pre-election canvas calls gonna happen. The first one. It's not until October.
And it's gonna be in October.
Yes. Oh, I don't think it's an election. I think it's just set pre-election something.
Okay, thank you so much.
It was just a meeting. I'm sorry. Couldn't be pre-election.
Okay,
Checking meeting.
all right. Thank you so much for correcting that. For old business, you've already started about the budget closing for 2025.
Yeah, for the budget for 2025, any areas where you see well, there is one area if you look that does have a negative under telephone, but that's that will change. What we will do is we will transfer funds from another line to make that to change that so that it will be a positive. That line is where we do our computer assessments and our remote items, and the price increased during the year. So we will have to transfer over funds to make that within, so that it won't be a negative number. In addition, under our meetings and seminars for our hotels, we're at a negative on that line as well, and we'll transfer up funds. The finance department has asked us to transfer funds so that we are not showing negatives in our categories. And you can see at the bottom of our budget that we're not below any area. So we have enough money to cover what we need for the year.
I appreciate the way you all handled that for me. Thanks so much.
Mm-hmm.
For the telephone, when you go into the start going forward, will the finance office give you an opportunity to increase that so we're more in line with how things are going?
We increased it for this year,
but I didn't
for the FY26.
Yeah,
But because it was a change in the middle of the budget year, we couldn't do anything about that. That includes our maintenance contract for our phones as well. So we will just have to add money to that line.
okay, that was my question. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. The CAP evaluations.
Our evaluations for the staff and myself are due for this month, and we will discuss that further when we go into the closed meeting session.
Absolutely, appreciate it. All right, there's a new business. State ethics training for board members.
You all should have received an email from our State Board of Elections regarding the ethics training. It was sent out to everyone, and you could, you had a couple choices. You could either choose from the sessions that they have in the email, it began on June the 17th and it will end on July the 1st. They have different times and different sessions, or they have given you an option to schedule something as a board. And I think a couple of you responded that you were going to be scheduling the training, but it's totally up to you as a board.
That works for me. We've already talked about the upcoming budget that it's already been approved, so thank you. That is all we have for this month. Are there any questions or concerns, Andrea?
No, I actually participated in the virtual meeting last night. The ethics training was very important. Okay, good. It lasted about 45 minutes. It was very good.
Thank you.
And who did that meeting?
Pansy Watson,
From Salisbury?
she's from the state. I think it was that was presenter. She was the presenter, but she gave us information on financial disclosures, and they went over conflicts of interest. There were like 6 bullets that they went over. But she was from the state.
Oh, the ethics training.
Ethics
Yes.
training.
Okay. I'm thinking of voter outreach.
No, it was
Yes.
state ethics.
Okay. Yeah, they had a session last night. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh, well, good. Okay.
No, ma'am.
Sharon,
Ma'am.
one comment and one comment and 2 on. I have nothing.
Nothing.
I told you everything I had to say yesterday.
Okay.
We're going to, it is now 9:16. I need to have a motion to go into closed session.
So
Second.
I'll second it.
All right.
What's the topic?
The closed session is gonna be discussing the evaluations that are due for the midterm evaluations.
Do we have anything else that we're in closed session for?
I wrote the terminology of while we're closing right at the bottom. See where it says to discuss.
But are we discussing any of the current lawsuits or anything?
And I won't.
We
don't have anything of that part.
On the agenda, if you can see, I wrote for the closed session to discuss the
I
appointment,
got it.
employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom the public body has jurisdiction, any other personnel matter that affects one.
Any more specific individual.
All right.
So that whole line.
So what was the time?
It's now 9:17.
So I'm gonna stop it.
Okay.
Give me a couple of seconds, please. Stop recording. I also